Tonight's headlines are brought to you by McDonald's.
Good evening, Commonwealth, and thanks for watching the Channel 2 News. I'm Sally Lemus. Let's take a look at tonight's top stories. The CNMI's financial state seems at risk. The administration may have to make some tough decisions. Also tonight, a local male with a history finds himself in a similar situation 9 years ago. And with anticipation of hard times, lawmakers turn to a leader with experience. In sports, this young soccer gal finds endless opportunities on and off the field. Stay with us, we have these stories and more up next.
What's the move?
And there you have it, McDonald's new crispy chicken sandwich. From the makers of the world's most stolen fries. The juicy chicken sandwich from the place that offers extra napkins for a reason. The tender chicken sandwich from the creators of a sandwich phenomenon. So you won't just be biting into a chicken sandwich, you'll be biting into McDonald's new crispy, juicy, tender chicken sandwich. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
Half a day to the Wami and good evening, Commonwealth. Today is Friday the 13th. Topping tonight's newscast, the new administration announces they will soon bring to light the true financial state of the CNMI, which may come with some tough decisions. The CNMI government's general state of financial affairs will soon be made public by Governor Arnold Palacios and Lieutenant Governor David Apatang. A release from the governor's office says preliminary findings illustrates that much of the money has been spent and some accounts have negative balances. Currently, the administration is exploring the need for short and long-term cost-cutting measures to ensure sustainability of essential government programs and services. The announcement will be made after a completed assessment of all financial records, audits, and other relevant documents. The administration is also reviewing all transition reports and financial records from each government entity. KSPN was able to obtain a copy of the CNMI Department of Public Safety Transition Report, which indicates misuse and mismanagement of local and federal funds by former Commissioner Robert Guerrero. One of the main items noted in the transition report was the whopping 11,127 hours in overtime the department requested approval for from December 4 to December 17 in 2022. That's roughly a year and a half's worth of regular hours paid out in just 2 weeks. The administration will be sharing all reports with the public soon. Just minutes before press time, KSPN was able to obtain another transition report, this time from the Department of Finance. Preliminary findings reveal that ARPA funds have been overspent. The CNMI is in an $86 million deficit, and the retirees' 25 pension payment is at risk. Stay with KSPN as we bring you a full report next week. All right, this morning in Superior Court, a bail hearing is held for a male who threatened to kill his mother. 27-year-old Jason Yamada is facing multiple criminal charges for slapping, punching, and threatening to kill his mother. Yamada is being charged with disturbing the peace, assault and battery, assault with a dangerous weapon, senior citizen physical abuse and mental cruelty, and domestic violence. Yamada appeared before Judge Joseph Camacho this morning, who imposed a $20,000 bail. According to court documents, police met with an elderly disabled female who identified herself as the mother of Yamada. She told police Yamada became upset when she asked him to help her change her adult pampers. Yamada allegedly told her, quote, "Better you die," unquote, and then threatened to throw her in a burning fire. The victim says Yamada then slapped her face, punched her mouth, and threatened her with a pocket knife which was held against her neck. The victim repeatedly told police she was scared of her son. Archives reveal that back in 2014, Yamada was arrested after he threatened to kill his mother, this time with a machete. Police conducted further investigation and spoke with the victim's husband, who is Yamada's stepfather. The victim's husband stated that Yamada also threatened to kill him, which prompted them to call authorities. He later revealed that the victim was admitted for almost a month in the hospital last year after Yamada allegedly slapped her multiple times. Yamada is remanded back to the Department of Corrections and is ordered to return to court on January 20, 10 a.m. for a preliminary hearing. Governor Arnold Palacios names his first two appointees to the cabinet. Former Congresswoman Leila Staffler is named as the CNMI's new acting Secretary of Labor. Staffler's delegation was made on Thursday. It will now be sent to the Senate Committee on Executive Appointments and Government Investigations for a public hearing. The Senate body will then vote for confirmation or rejection of the appointment. Another memorandum was sent out on Thursday to all government department and activity heads regarding the appointment of Paul Tenorio as Executive Director for the Criminal Justice Planning Agency. Governor Palacios asked everyone to extend their cooperation to Staffler and Tenorio as they assume the new duties and responsibilities. The 23rd Legislature is bracing themselves for what they see as a fiscally challenging term ahead. A versed lawmaker takes the lead and begins the work moving forward. Leading the House of Representatives for the second time is Congressman Edmund Villagomez. Villagomez was nominated House Speaker earlier this week and was unanimously voted in. His priorities focus on revenue and the economy.
Right now, I think the priority right now is to try to first get a clear picture of where we're at financially, the financial state of our government, our Commonwealth, and work from there. I think that's a priority right now. That, and also to continue to find more ways to get our economy going. Because we need an economy to continue to provide the funding necessary for public service.
Villagomez shares his strategy in working with the members.
I'm going to allow them to lead in their own ways as heads of their or chairpersons of their committees. I would also like to get a good idea also of what their goals are, because I know I can have my own goals, but I'm only one person in this 20-member house, so it'd be nice to see what their goals are and where we match and try to push those, make those priorities.
During his first term as House Speaker, Villagomez signed off on contempt charges against a sitting government official and presided over several investigative hearings.
You know, being able to be a part or lead the term where a lot of investigations were going on and exposing all the abuse and opening up transparency and accountability.
Villagomez is serving his 7th term as a House member in the CNMI Legislature. Over the past years, he's faced 3 impeachment proceedings, government furloughs, and a government shutdown.
My first year in, I think that was the first government shutdown we ever experienced. I forget how many days that lasted. I think it was like a week or maybe a little less, but it felt like forever. Thank goodness we were able to avoid that. I mean, I know we've still had shutdowns since then, but it's like before people were able to wake up and clock in for work the next day. So we always had a budget before that time.
Villagomez is the man behind a few of today's public laws, such as the underage drinking penalties, sexual abuse and assault discipline, illegal use of cell phones while driving, and much more. But he says he doesn't work alone. One of his proudest products is a collaboration with a former colleague.
One of my highlights that I always bring up is when serving with former Representative and Vice Speaker Felicidado Gomero. We both opened up the Garpan Community Development Center, which was that building right next to, well, it's the Carolinian Ut in Garpan, and we, it was a big honor to do that, and we had that center for, I like to think, close to 10 years.
The center provided many services, such as the Mother-Father-Read program, adult basic education, job placements, and much more. Villagomez is grateful for the opportunity to lead the 23rd House of Representatives.
I'm just very grateful for them putting their trust upon me, bestowing their trust upon me to lead the 23rd Legislature, House of Representatives. Of course, it's a heavy responsibility, but I think by working together, we can get through this. And again, I just really appreciate the support. I'm very grateful that they all stood by my side to support me on this.
All right, coming up, a gold-winning orchestra group from our sister island dazzles the audience. Stay tuned.
Fast, fun, and easy. That's how your home Wi-Fi should be. So start with an internet plan that fits your budget. Introducing your home Wi-Fi starter pack, also known as WISP. Enjoy up to 25 megabits per second for as low as $35 a month. Plus, a free router with your wireless subscription. That's hours of movies, games, social media, and more endless fun. Get your Wi-Fi starter pack today only at Docomo Pacific. Better together. Additional conditions may apply.
At one of Saipan's beaches, this mother lays about 100 eggs under the cover of darkness. She hides her nest as best she can and then slowly makes her way back to the ocean. The eggs hatch and the babies head for the sea, where they will face a daily dose of danger. Just 1 in 1,000 will make it to adulthood. Those that do will one day lay their own eggs. Sea turtles are protected under CNMI law. If you see one that is stranded or if you see illegal activity, call the hotline at 287-8537.
Welcome back to the Channel 2 News. A walk across Spain and a ride across Utah. 2 short films will debut next week at the AMP Visitor Center Theater, and we are extending a special invitation to our viewers. Our Chris Nelson has more.
Join us on Wednesday, January 18th, as Flametree TV and KSPN2 News present a very special Saipan premiere for 2 short films at the American Memorial Park Visitor Center. Show starts at 7 p.m. Buen Camino is the story of an epic solo walk across Spain. We hit the trail for 37 days and 1,000 kilometers and walk in the footsteps of Charlemagne, crossing the Iberian Peninsula on the Camino de Santiago pilgrimage. Along the way, we find equal doses of adventure, friendship, and a lot of life lessons. Immediately following, Mountains 12, an unexpected cancer diagnosis on a small Pacific island leads to a continuing tale of friendship, perseverance, hope, and adventure as a band of 12 brothers tackle an unforgettable journey. Spirited, funny, and heartwarming. Admission is free. Doors open at 6:30 p.m.
The Tumon Youth Orchestra put on quite a show last weekend at the Hyatt Regency. Here are some sights, but please listen to the sounds. All right, folks, don't go anywhere. We have sports up next.
Need a new phone? Trade in now and get up to $500 off our best 5G devices. Trade in your older phone in any condition and step up to better savings and speeds only our 5G network can provide. Check out our website and catch up on the best mobile experience. Trade in now. Docomo Pacific, better together.
It's okay to take a friend or parent's medication it came from a doctor, right?
Using someone's prescription is really risky. Taking any drugs for which you have not been medically screened is not only dangerous, but taking an opioid that was not prescribed for you is also illegal. Never borrow and never share prescribed medication. Your life and your loved one's life could depend on it. Talk to your doctor about prescribed opioids. Never mix with alcohol, and remember, never borrow, never share. It only takes a little to lose a lot.
This project was supported by a grant from the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention and the Commonwealth Healthcare Corporation. Contents are solely the responsibility of CHCC and do not necessarily represent the official views of the CDC or the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services.
Freshness. It's the overall reason beer drinkers choose draft beer. And that's the reason Godfather's is making a serious commitment to offering their customers a full lineup of draft beer on tap. Choose from Lagunitas IPA, Sierra Nevada Pale Ale, Lost Coast Downtown Brown Ale, Fat Tire, Blue Moon, and more. All competitively priced. Godfather's Bar now serving the island's widest selection of ice-cold beer right from the tap. Godfather's Bar, where everybody's family.
The Tan Su Lin Foundation promotes the culture of giving back. The foundation and its generous partners are committed to supporting programs that include health, education, and sports. Initiatives that promote arts and culture, the environment, and tourism will benefit our community and our residents. Giving back and making a difference will help ensure that the island paradise we call home will be a better place to live.
Tonight's sports brought to you in part by Tan Holdings through the Tan Su Lin Foundation, making communities a better place to live.
Buenas sports fans.
Every Friday, we feature young athletes who have a passion for the sport they play. Tonight, we introduce to you, for the second time, a player who finds life lessons on the field. Talent without working hard is nothing. A quote by Cristiano Ronaldo.
Young Stars Shining, brought to you by the Tan Su Lin Foundation.
Our young star for tonight is a member of the CNMI National Women's Soccer Team. Here is 17-year-old Christina Atelig.
My name is Christina Atelig. I'm 17 and I go to Saipan Southern High School. I'm part of the women's national team for soccer.
And how long have you been on the national team?
For about 5 years.
Her biggest accomplishment so far in this sport is to be a part of the national team that competes outside the CNMI.
I think my biggest accomplishment is being able to be chosen to be in the final roster for going off island, especially in the tournaments. I think it's a really good opportunity for all of the players because we get to go off and see many different versions of our sport. It's not just Saipan, Tinian, and Rota, or Guam. There's a lot more out there.
Atelig believes playing with other professional players is an experience in itself.
It's really big. My first time going out there I was like, wow, this is how you play soccer. Wow, it was really amazing, and I was like excited to see how other players play the sport, because it's not just me, it's not just my teammates, there's a lot more better players out there and I want to learn from them.
Being part of the national team requires a lot of practice, determination, and dedication.
It wasn't more of trial, more like showing up to our trainings and doing your best, showing our coaches what we can give, giving our best, something like that. And the training is really intense because we have to get ready for the tournament. So right now we're getting ready for a tournament and it's really hectic because we didn't have a lot of time, only 5 months, and 5 months is not a lot to prepare for an international tournament.
Being busy in soccer trainings and school, Atilig learned how to use her time wisely.
I just try to use my time wisely, especially with school because that's most important right now. Well, I only have one class, so I try to do my work when I get home and then I have training. And then the rest of the time I just chill with my family and stuff. Yeah.
The CNMI national women's soccer team is busy preparing for their upcoming international event.
This upcoming tournament is the AFC U20 Women's. It's going to be in Palestine. We are going to be challenging Nepal, UAE, I believe, and Palestine. Right now we don't know much about them and how they play, but we're just excited to go out there and see how it is.
And here is her advice to all the young athletes out there.
My advice to them is to just work hard and give out their best. I feel like that's how you work, like working hard will make you improve, but also you have to have passion for the sport. You have to love what you do in the sport and everything. So I think, yeah, passion and hard work. Yeah.
Young Star Shining, brought to you by the Tan Su Lin Foundation.
What's the move? What's the move?
Hi, I'm Dre, one of the personal trainers here at Goat's Gym, and today we're going to go over the cable lat pull down. Now what we want to remember with machine-based exercises, there's really no right or wrong way of doing it. There's multiple ways of executing the exercise. What you'll often see is lifters executing the exercise in this fashion, and instead of working the muscles of your upper back, you're just irritating the shoulder joint, which is what you don't want. All right, let's clean that up a little bit. Let's sit upright a little bit more. Okay, as you get a full stretch, bring it down with your elbows coming in. So in general, as you set up this way, you're going to be feeling majority of the impulse right here, which is your lats. Okay, he's getting a full stretch and he's getting a full squeeze in the bottom.
And for the KSPN weather report, partly sunny with scattered showers. Breezy with a northeast wind 24 to 26 miles per hour with gusts as high as 32 miles per hour. Tonight, partly cloudy with isolated showers. Breezy with an east-northeast wind around 24 miles per hour with gusts up to 30 miles per hour. High 80, low 77. The humidity is at 94%. Tomorrow, mostly sunny with scattered showers, breezy with an east wind 24 to 26 miles per hour with gusts as high as 32 miles per hour. High 80, low 77. A high surf warning remains in effect until 6 p.m. Saturday and high risk of rip currents through Sunday afternoon. Dangerously large breaking waves of 11 to 16 feet and dangerous rip currents expected along the north and east facing reefs of Tinian and Saipan. Breaking waves can sweep people of jetties and docks and into dangerous seas. Life-threatening swimming conditions and significant beach erosion can be expected. Rip currents can sweep even the best swimmers away from shore into deeper water. Everyone should remain out of the water due to life-threatening surf conditions. In the marine forecast, gale warning in effect until 6 a.m. Saturday. Hazardous seas warning remains in effect until 6 a.m. Saturday. small craft advisory remains in effect from 6 a.m. Saturday to 6 p.m. Sunday in Rototinian and Saipan coastal waters. For the gale warning, northeast winds 15 to 25 knots with frequent gusts up to 35 knots. For the hazardous seas warning, very steep and hazardous seas 12 to 17 feet. And for the small craft advisory, after 6 a.m. Saturday, east winds 15 to 25 knots with gusts up to 30 knots and seas 9 to 14 feet expected. Strong winds will cause hazardous seas which could capsize or damage vessels and reduce visibility. Tanapag Buoy reported a max wave of 27 feet. Individual waves could continue to approach 30 feet. The sunrise will be at 6:46 a.m., high tide 11:27 p.m., low tide 6:44 p.m., and the sunset, you can catch that at 6:04 p.m. And that wraps up your Friday edition of the News, Sports, and Weather here in the Marianas. Thank you so much for watching the KSPN News. We hope you have a great weekend, and we'll see you back on Monday for more.